for quite some time now. Girl, I got me singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, don't wanna leave you again now. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show found on the Powerhouse radio station can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Greetings to our massive and crew. Hoping that you all are fantabulously fabuloso. Welcome to Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays. Greetings to you, Don. Blessings to you. Don says, greetings, good evening, panel. Greetings. We just kicking it off. MC won't be joining us this week. We are asked to definitely keep her and her entire family in our prayers. You know, losing two people back in back, it's a rough upgo and planning and so on. So MC, do know that we here at the Powerhouse Radio, we here at Reasoning Thursdays, definitely have you in our prayers. Want to say big shout as well go out to YouTube's radio. Massive shouts go out to you, DJ VJ Smiles and the king himself, Rastugo. Big up yourself. And I also want to say big shouts to the Victorious 89.1 FM, Dr. J, and the entire crew over there. We want to say big shouts go out to you. We ask each and every one to like up the live, press the like button on the live right there, right next to you, your cursor, your mouse. Yeah. Press that like button so we can go up in the algorithms. And we definitely ask you to share with your friends and your families and foes and all of these things, and invite them right on over here to Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays. 2026, lots of things happening so far. 2026 has kicked off with a big boom. Want to send a big massive shouts go out to the Let's Gripe crew each and every Wednesdays. You got to check out Let's Gripe with Tonya, Dr. Ross McKenna, and MJ. So that's from 7 p.m. up until the 8 o'clock hour on a Wednesday. Check them out. And as you're doing right now, tuning into Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. with yours truly, Lady D, the queen of all the man himself, the Darespecta. You have the baby of the crew, Jai. You have MC Philosopher, and you have the one with the juice, Noni the juice. So make sure that you check us out each and every Thursdays. On Saturdays, please be sure to join us for the Lady D show. A new show, new vibes, new energy each and every Saturdays, but it's still geared to big people. Yes, it's a big people show. You know, lots of old time music and them things there. Culture and all of those things. So make sure you check us out with the joke of the day, your headline news, your entertainment news, what you know about it, did you know, all of those things, and the best in music on the Lady D show. Also check us out if you're loving on yourself or loving on your loved one. Check us out each and every Sundays for all about love, nothing but love with yours truly, Lady D, Blossom, Cool G. We have your love numbers, your love colors, you love poems, you love questions. So it's all about love. You and your honey, just sit back and listen to some good love music. How about that? Yeah. And if you don't have a honey, just love upon yourself. Get a glass of wine, sit back and chillax. Especially in this cold weather. Warm up yourself. Get all gooey and warmy with yourself on a Sunday evening. That's from 7 p.m. up until the 9 o'clock hour. Blessings upon blessings to our panel that is here. We got Jai in the house. We got the Queen in the house. We have the Respecter in the house. And Noni should be joining us and being in the house as well. I don't know. The Respecter is showing us something there. Yeah, he's showing us something there. I don't know what it is. It looks like a pumpkin. So I guess he feels like a pumpkin tonight. Alrighty, so blessings to you, the Respecter. Go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and get notified, so that you know when all the talk programmings are on. Alrighty, all right, blessings, and once again, we ask you for your continued prayer for the You Choose family over there. We ask you to continue to keep them in your prayers as well. I mean, just keep each and every one that's going through something, because the world is in chaos and the world is definitely going through a lot right now. So, we just ask each and every one to keep all of us in your prayers. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. If it's you are celebrating an anniversary, or you made an accomplishment, congratulations to you. And if you've delivered a little bundle, bringing in this crazy world, I want to say welcome into this crazy world, a little one. Blessings upon blessings to you, wishing you a wonderful life. Yeah, so once again, big shouts to the YouTube's family. DJ Sean Vega, we pray that you will get well soon and be back on the air. All righty. So the numbers to get us in the studio right here. Write it down, jot it down. 706-707-8952 is the number to get us live in the studio. So spread the word, tell a friend and a family member. I'm gonna let the panel go on and introduce themselves and say hello to you all. And then we're gonna go over our topics that we're gonna be reasoning on. Mama Acid should be joining us maybe in the niner later on in the program. So stay tuned for that as well. Jai, you're up there. So let's start with you. How about that?
Hello, hello, everybody.
Oh,
Queen.
yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right, everybody seem real sharp today. The Respecter.
Uh,
I didn't hear you.
Wagwan.
All right, all right. Well, we are here and ready to chit chat. I went under some deep meditation this. I went under some deep meditation this morning, and you know, I try to make sure that I continue to do my meditations daily. It's my daily routine. But this morning, for some reason, I was in some real deep meditation, and I was going back on a lot of the topics that we were reviewing. And within the reviewing of these topics, I was like, every week we come on and we talk about the changes that needs to be made and politics and all of those things. And I say to myself, and you all can vibes and let me know your opinion, panel. But I sit and I keep saying to myself, like, what is really the use? And I was even reasoning today with someone else, and then and later on this evening I was even reasoning with Mama Acid and with Queen in regards to it. And I just came to the point that with a lot of the technologies and all of that they're using, and they're scrutinizing everything that is on social media, and not just that, but I sit and I think, what is really, what are we, what's the sense? Because, we sit and we talk about impeachment, and we sit and we talk about all of these things that um, persons are wishing for and hoping for, and some politicians are submitting. But no matter how much um, of these paperworks that are submitted, it's not going anywhere and nothing is being done. And nothing is going to be done until the sleeping people in the Senate and in the sleeping persons that are in the Senate and that are in the House wakes up. You know, the you know until they wake up, we're not going to get any form of satisfaction, or any, or any kind of resolution to anything, and um I think that this week we're just gonna stray a little bit away from it, and until until there's some type of changes in these House and these Senate, until these Senate people and these House people wake up and understand that, you know, there's nothing that can be done without them. All of these people can put in all of this impeachment. There's no impeachment that's going to happen, you know, and it's sad to think about civil war and all of these things, because those are the only the I feel that maybe be the only last repercussion. But then where does that lead us? Whom we're civil warring against? The government? I mean, because obviously we're not civil warring against each other. It's the government that is oppressing us at this time. And unless the people in the House and the Senate is willing to change things, there will be no change. And I also feel that it's like a setup that is being done in that regards, because the only way that there can be no elections and no anything, the midterms, the all of these elections that's going to be happening, that we hope to happen, to hopefully make some change. I don't know if it's even going to be, if it's going to manifest, because of the fact that with what is going on with ICE and all of these, they're inciting persons to get to the point of rage, that it does that the government be able to call the martial law, which within the martial law there cannot be any elections. So it leaves me to just wonder, you know, maybe we need to, for a minute, kind of focus on more things that are more pressing and that needs a lot more attention, such as the Affordable Care Act, such as the 75 countries are we're mostly focusing to Jamaica and the Caribbean countries that are being affected by the ban that is being held. By the emergency plans and planning and constitution and maybe those type of things, more than being doing we I guess we have to leave the gripe to let's gripe, because I guess a lot of times we sit there griping saying, what would I do? This is madness, this is mad, each and every week. So let me hear what you all think about my 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 thoughts, my revelation,
Your proposal.
my proposal. Yeah.
You want to go gentlemen first?
Go ahead. You're talking. You're speaking. So go ahead.
Well, whew, it's hard to discuss anything, and there's a tinge of politics in it, because almost everything right now in this universe is geared towards politics and head of state and all of that. So it's gonna be hard not to. go there. But then, like you said, it's okay to focus on um, Medicaid, even mental health, because that's 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 doing a whole lot here. And from what I'm listening, they're trying to the governor, he's gonna do a state of the nation. I don't know if he did it yet, but it's supposed to be between yesterday and today, where he's gonna tell you what his expectations are and what needs. And mental health was one of his main agenda, and homelessness. So there are things we can talk about, but again, it's still geared towards politics and
That's what I'm saying. I don't mean to interrupt, but
Mhm.
I mean there are different facets of politics, more than just gearing it on 47, 47, 47. You know, we have other things such as you mentioned, and as I mentioned earlier, the Affordable Care Act is awesome. What Hakeem Jeffries has accomplished
Yeah.
within the House. So topics such as that is very important. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, to reason on. Jai, you want to touch it?
No, I was just gonna say sometimes he's the main topic because he's causing the most confusion. But
Yeah.
I also agree there's a lot of other things that are happening, even a lot of good things, and just wanting to make people be aware, like the couple of bills that they're trying to pass in the state of Georgia,
Yeah,
to assist with ICE. So it's the point of it is to be informative as well. But I think, like I said, he comes up because he's wreaking havoc, and it's
Mhm.
scary. This is your home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's not very comfortable to not know what tomorrow will look like. So I think that's why it comes up so much, just to give out fair warnings. But I do also feel I agree with what you're saying. Those conversations need to be happening as far as like the good things that are going on. Um, Sometimes it gets depressing just talking about all the bad stuff. We can always bring a little light. So I agree with that. You don't always want it to be like, oh, the end of the world kind of thing. It can always be through the fire. There's
yeah,
always a little calm.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. The respect.
It is definitely a huge distraction. Because what I'm hearing right now is I've been hearing, I heard last week and some other weeks, where it's very annoying. I don't know where the feedback is coming from. I don't have anything on around me. My phone don't do this until this time of the day, the reasoning Thursday. Some of you wonder if there's a dumping on the phone that only come around on Thursdays, doing reasoning Thursdays. It's very annoying. I don't know if you are hearing it, but I'm hearing it. It makes me start to wonder now what's really going on. And what I'm talking about is actually what's going on not just with government in America, but government in the world. It is a civil war going on here right now with ICE and the citizens. It's going on in Jamaica. It's going on in Africa. It's all over the world. And it's based off of hate and greed, selfishness, where people can't get along. Even best friends having disagreements. Can't agree on nothing. So the bickering, all the hatred that's being spread around, it's all over the world. It's with your neighbor, your co-worker. Everybody has something negative about somebody. And the hatred continues. And the lava continues. Yeah, think about Jamaica. I don't know, Don, if you remember this lady, the Queen. Can you hear that?
Say that again.
Can you hear the crying?
Say that again.
Are you hearing the frying?
I'm hearing you, but I hear and you know what
It's very loud on my end.
this well, you know, sometimes and I don't think this is the time to have this discussion. This the time to have this
No,
discussion.
no, no. This is not a discussion. I'm just explaining to you. For
Yeah,
me, what I'm experiencing right now is
saying
very.
is in when you're in a open space, and that is why I had requested earphones and headphones, is because when you're in an open space, you get bounce offs on walls and things like that. Now, that is the feedback that we've gotten, and that's the reason why I had, and I'm not even going into that. I'll discuss that after the show. But this is going to continue until you yourself make up your mind to get a headphone or get into a more smaller space where waves are not bouncing off. That's the purpose in studios where sometimes they have sound barriers so that waves do not bounce off. So everyone is on mute except for you. So, and the noise is there. So, I don't want to get into that in this program at this time because we want to reason on other stuff. And bless up to you, Ricky. Ricky says they will put all kind of stuff in your phone. Okay. And that is one of the reasons as well why I kind of also came to this understanding within myself that, you know, ICE have a lot of things now that they are putting out there to track people's phone, to listen what they're talking about. It's alleged that they have a lot of things out there, and they're attacking programs. It's alleged that they are attacking. They're monitoring programs. They're monitoring phones. They're monitoring all of these things. So it is, as Donna says, it's brainwave science. Okay, so we also, maybe that's what's going on in your environment. I don't know, but I stand firm as to what I said the other day, and I stand firm as to what I say today in regards to maybe the area where you're at. On another program, we had that situation with another individual, and yesterday she put on her headphone and there was no form of echoing, no form of feedback. So sometimes we need to adjust and just try something and not be combative in what the situation is, because we all want to work together and we all want to make the program successful and sound the right and proper way, and no one is trying to eliminate anyone and no one is trying to sabotage another person. But if when a person is not on mute and is causing distortion, it has to be addressed, and that's all I'm saying. Okay, so let's talk about, let's reason on, and once again, as to what Jai said and even Queen said, in regard to different aspects of different aspects of the politics, that is where we can speak on. It's still politics. Affordable Care Act, it's still politics when we're talking about the 75 countries, especially areas in the Caribbean that is being affected by the decision of 47 or the Homeland Security, or whomever made the decisions that they made. Why they make their decisions, hey, we don't necessarily know. But Queen submitted something in regards to the Affordable Care Act. Did you have something to say, the respecter? Because I see you took yourself off. I didn't hear you.
I was trying to complete what I started saying.
Go ahead.
If we're gonna push politics aside and all the negative that's going on right now in the world in the United States, we have to stop looking at what's going on and criticizing and wishing and hoping and all those good things and start looking at ourselves. All of us needs to look at ourselves because push come to shove, we are no different than those who are out there doing the wrongs that they're doing, the violence and the hate. It's very important, it's vital that we look into ourselves. None of us is where we ought to be as far as being humanitarian, being loving and caring and respectful. We lose it too easily with each other. And in order for that to stop, we have to look into ourselves. How we address something to someone can break down a relationship in a relationship, make ourselves look ignorant when we're not. But our tone of voice and how we come back at a situation makes a huge difference. So I don't want to continue myself. I started a long break from politics, watching politics, because I see what's going on in the whole world. It's the same with the church and the government and the families and the relatives and in-laws. Everybody, for some reason, it must be what's in the food or the drinks. Something ain't right because we are not supposed to snap at each other that easily on the simple petty things. And it seems to be the whole world is at war with each other. So that's all I want to say is just we got to look at ourselves. Take a break from looking at Trump and wholeness and others.
Are you afraid that using
I'm done.
Okay, welcome, Noni. Welcome, Noni. I see that you checked in to
Yes, yes. Hello, everybody.
yes.
I had to work late and I left another meeting, but I'm here. It's good to be here. Good night to everybody.
That's okay. We're more than happy to have you. And you know, life is lifing. So we have to keep going on with life. As to what Queen was saying in regards to the Affordability Act, I just want to say kudos to Akeem Jeffries and the entire House Demo Caucus for their persistent in
Yes,
getting the extension for 3 years on the
yes.
tax credit for the affordable.
And 11 Republican joined in.
There is they said 17 Republicans joined,
Okay.
so it was a bipartisan vote, and I'm very happy for that took place. So just wanted to share a little clip on it, and yeah, we're getting up there with some things and things and things. Yeah, we getting a lot
So
more.
if the change is possible, lady, and speaking on it, do change some things, you know, because it, like they said, it's the people calling in and calling their congressmen and what have you that drove it to where it is now.
Yeah, yeah. So gonna touch a quick clip as to some of the thanks that was shared by Akeem Jeffries.
Just getting started. And at the beginning of the Congress, we all said, listen, we'll work with our Republican colleagues in good faith if they're interested in solving problems for everyday Americans and addressing the high cost of living. We've got to deal with the Trump tariffs. We've got to deal with the high cost of housing in America. And we'll continue to operate from the principle that life has gotten far too expensive in this country. Donald Trump has made it worse. Republican policies are a complete and total disaster. And this Congress should start acting to make life better for the American people, as opposed to focusing on subsidizing the lifestyles of the rich and shameless, which has been the GOP objective from day one. Catherine? Pete?
So we're very happy. We see where they say that some individual was making comments to this is not the American that I know 30th years ago. Please listen to the people. And some was saying, thank you, Republicans, for doing what's right for America, and not the party. And this is one of the things I was referring to, Queen, when I say that it's until there is change within the Senate and the House,
Mm,
there won't be any changes. So until the persons, the ones that are sleeping, wake up and make some changes within the laws and what they're accepting and what they're not going to accept, and there's not going to be any changes, um, any laws or anything moving forward. So I'm glad that the House leader, Akeem Jeffries, was able to get and persuade 17 of the Republicans. And I'm hoping that in the Senate, there will be more
mhm,
that will come over and join on and pass this bill because a lot of persons
mhm,
are hurting. I know of a individual whom is on the Affordable Care Act, and they're paying $300. Even
mhm,
never cut, they have gotten. They're paying almost $300 a month to have medical. And imagine they already struggling and having to find $300 a month to for in order to see a doctor. That's not including whatever deductibles and whatever co-pays on top of it that they have to pay. So I'm praying that the Senate now will come forth and do what they need to do. All right. So anyone else want to touch this on the Affordable Care Act? Queen, since that was your topic. No? Queen, you're muted. So unmute. Unmute yourself.
yeah, we can only hope that when it goes to the House, they'll pass it through. And like Jeffrey said, says in one of those speeches he did, he said that if we keep calling in to our congressmen, letting them know how important healthcare is to us, affordable healthcare, then that might help the situation and persuade them to vote in our favor. So that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's what we have to do. So I'm encourage everyone, call your representative.
Continue.
Um, yeah, continue call them. Let them know what's going on and how important this is. And it's not a colored thing; it's a everybody's thing because
Yeah.
a lot of people had the Obama care more than you would think, you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will work out for us.
Donna says people are trained on how to induce frequencies and put in an abnormal awakening state. We are asleep. Sometimes some of the stuff you say, Donna, sometimes I say Donna's reaching, but the more I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if people are really not asleep. Because how do you sit and just in these positions and make these decisions that is impacting people's lives and not doing anything about it? And you have a conscience, that it is wrong on what you're doing. So
But
yeah.
some don't, ladies. Some don't have a conscience, and some don't think that it is wrong. Look at Hitler. Look how many people he killed. Look at Jim Jones, right? These were innocent people and children, right? He
Queen,
gave them that poison to drink and kill them all off.
Queen,
Look at
you
so many of them.
you
They're just evil. It's just evil people. I mean, and
you're
they don't care who they hurt or they just don't care.
you're talking one man Hitler. I'm talking about a whole Senate with over 50 people
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about. If you find one, why you think you can't find 30?
all in one place. That's
Okay, okay, but look, the whole political system is corrupt. It's from the Constitution coming all the way down. It's corrupt. So I mean, it's built for certain people, and that's what it is built up for. Okay, the old America, not the new America. Okay, and what happened? Like my man said, he's going back to there. So expect anything. I mean,
well,
uh,
we're just getting some sad news. The House voted in favor of extending the ACA, but the Senate failed in a 50-50 tie vote, and you know whom cast that vote to break the tie. The
you
vice president
serious?
himself, Vance. So I guess we're back at the drawing board, and persons will continue to suffer. Um, persons will continue to suffer off of
Um,
um oh boy, that's some
you
sad news right there, Don.
you
That
find one or two lady that really involved. Like for example, this one here, Frederick. What's her name? My girl that always shut up. 47. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about. She talks.
that's
Texas.
it.
From Texas, yeah, Crockett. You have a few of them that really, really care about people and the well-being, but you have some lady that they just want to keep their position in whatever the position is because it's all about money, how much I'm making. I go to the best yacht clubs and party in the Ritz Carlton, and that's the way they think. But you have a few of them that really, really care, genuinely care about people. You have some specialized in even seniors, caring about the well-being of seniors. I mean, and those are few. Those are few. So that's why everything is so corrupt because many are called, few are chosen, and the ones that are chosen, you can barely hear them. You hear the ones that are not. So, honey, it's the new world.
Well,
The
with
new,
Donna saying that we're living in a false perception of reality, wherein the focus is geared towards things like healthcare since 9/11, as if 9/11 created a health crisis. I guess since it's all a facade, I guess we all really need to just get serious with our health and get natural and you know herb it up, get up in them herbs and exercise and take care of ourselves because sometimes when you really think of it, the amount I can't remember seeing people going to the doctor so much when I was growing.
mhm.
We don't wash out ourselves anymore. We used to get a little cod liver oil. We used to get things, clean out our system, clean out the parasites and all of those things. I don't think how many people really give themselves a complete washout, a purge. I mean, Queen,
They do the artificial one. They do the one you go to the store and you buy some laxative, whatever, whatever, for
you
whatever,
need to get back
and,
into
and they think that's
purge.
that's it. But
We need to get back into the real purging. You know,
yeah,
like really cleaning out ourselves because even a form of cancer and those things they said is parasites, right?
mhm,
And
mhm.
we need to start doing lymphatic flushes and real parasite cleanse and clean our bodies. I'm trying to be on top of it. I'm trying to be on top of it. Blessings to Doc Shalom that keeps me going. So I mean, like, we really, really have to start taking care of our bodies, and knowing that not everything that we put in come out, and we need to, sometimes people is full up with all 10 pound of stool inside of them. They're backed up, and we get out a little bit of feces, and we feel like, say, oh, we emptied our colon, and we didn't. Those things to parasites, and those things travel, and you know but anyway, I'm not
you're, you're
start.
disrupting my
Gross us
dinner.
out. You're trying to gross us out, Lady D. But it's true though.
What is
It's true though.
it's true.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, it's true. We need to cleanse. When we were children, we run away from our parents because we want the nasty bitters. We used to have bitters. We used to have those things that really, really, really clean
But
out.
at least twice a day, twice a week, you have Cersei tea. That bitter. Ooh.
You're cleaning out your blood. You're cleaning out your whole entire system.
Mhm.
The only time some people really get a clean, and still not a proper clean, because your organs and those things are not being purged, is when you
Mhm.
go to colonoscopy, where they give them those drinks to drink, and it flush you, and you don't come off of the toilet. You know what I mean? Those,
Mhm.
but we need to really, even twice a year,
At
really
least.
give ourselves a complete
Purge.
purge
Yeah.
of our systems. And maybe a lot of us won't be at the hospitals as much as we really are, because a lot of us now is becoming so dependent on hospitals and doctors and everything like that. Don says we should be vigilant about making sure we have a free and fair midterm election. That's where our voices will be respected. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
with that, hold the line.
Call from
Yeah, that's Dan. I don't even know if we're gonna have a free and fair midterm election if what is being incited continues to be incited, and the people start to retaliate, as they are verbalizing every day that, hey, we're gonna start to do this, or we're gonna start to do that, you know to retaliate against what is happening to them, because we again have to think about what exactly is 47 trying to do. Is he trying to incite some type of riot so that he can call martial law? And if he does call martial law, we're not going to have any form of election, so there won't be any midterm election. So we just hope that people can hold off, and hopefully within this midterm election, people can go and make solid votes for the right people. That will go in there and is not afraid of 47 or anything like that. Let's Scribe says good evening, the powerhouse. Big ups to you, Let's Scribe. She also said the country has had enough of this craziness. It and that is what Let's Scribe. That is what 47 want to hear. And then when people get frustrated and fed up, they go out there and then they start to retaliate. And then what comes in next? Law.
They've had
I
some
think
peaceful demonstration. Go on, Jai.
I,
I was gonna say I agree with what Let's Gripe is saying. I think, but I personally think, and this is just my theory, allegedly, I feel like it's gonna move different. And why I say that is because normally, um, the darker brown people are on the front lines anytime they want something to really hit the fan. And this is the first time I really seen a lot of the darker brown people, if you get what I mean by that. We could just
Yeah.
call it for what it is, the black people sitting back.
Yeah.
So it looks a lot different. And what we're doing is, as Black people, at what I would hope a lot of us are doing, but at least me, I can speak for myself, is I'm not playing games in the polls anymore either. That's where my fight is going. I'm not going to go and put my body on the front line anymore to protect anybody, which I understand that argument. But that doesn't mean that I am comfortable in the climate that we're in. But I also feel like a lot of people keep forgetting that November 4th, 2024 opened eyes for a lot of darker brown people, that no matter what, a lot of people don't stand with us. And it's not to give them the middle finger, it's just to say we're not risking our bodies anymore to fend for you when you gave us your tail to kiss. So all we got to do is kind of ride this wave, or you fight it. Now, to say they have you noticed all the protests are peaceful? There's no tear gas, there's no rubber bullets, there's not a lot of things happening. And so that's why I feel like there is a chance it could be fair. Now, granted, he's going to use his tactics and try to rile everybody up like he is now, because he understands, again, the climate that we're in. People don't care about what you're trying to do in certain places and certain aspects of what you got going on. And maybe people do see the bigger picture of where you're trying to go to. And maybe some people feel like you're going about it the wrong way. But the reality is we can't afford life. And that's what we're worried about. So people are fed up. Completely red counties and cities are turning blue. That's what he's afraid of. So the only way it wouldn't be fair is if he pulled a stunt like what he's trying to pull in Minnesota, where he's like, I'll pull this law and send the army out there to get the rioters together. When really and truly, is it really rioting? Or are you just trying to make it appear as rioting? I don't know. I think there's a chance. I think the table is shaken. I think people are uncomfortable. If you never notice, his narrative changes every other day. So yeah,
Don says all these protests won't bring change, only through voting.
I agree. And I feel like, again,
Completely
a lot
agree.
of people have been doing great at taking a seat back. And it's not, you don't just, all we can do is our part at
That's,
this rate. Y'all
yeah,
got us in this butty wall. Let's figure out how to get out of it.
yeah. Let's Gripe says, please verify if you are registered to vote before the midterms, which is very important. Make sure that you're registered to vote. Make sure that you get those ballots in extra early. If you're mailing in your ballots, make sure that those ballots are extra early. Don't wait. And there was something I was reading. I don't have it because I wasn't geared to this, but there was something I was reading where they were saying the post office, um, you may go and deliver your mail today, but if it's not, sometime they don't stamp it until like 3 days, 4 days. So you may think, okay, the day of election, as long as it's stamped before whatever time. Sometime your mail is not stamped, so it's not counted. And I'm gonna find that and play that clip for you all next week, because it was something a couple of weeks ago, maybe not even a couple of weeks, maybe 2 months ago, where I had saw that in regards to your postal. So don't wait like the day before. If you could get it in a week before, do that to make sure that your ballots are in and it is being counted. Donna says, this is a new world and we are under a new world order. This way has nothing to do with our law and order system. I don't even know who these politicians are that are displaying such dominance and instilling things into people that actually is not beneficial to our well being. She also says these politicians are mind controlled experts that are seated in power, talking a bunch of gibberish as if they're suffering from Trump deranged syndrome. Les Gripe says early voting is better. It is better. Early,
I agree with, and sorry to cut you off. I had I had sent the note too, if you can look at it really quickly. But
I agree with Donna in a sense. It's like the ultimate extortion scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. Donna, you getting a lot of persons starting to gravitate to what you're saying. Because are they sleeping cells up in there? But yeah, definitely, Donna, you're 100 percent correct. Voting is the way, and I'm hoping that persons can keep a cool head. That persons can keep a cool head, and that persons can definitely keep a cool head, and don't start any riots or anything such as. So that way we can so that we can get it together. Alrighty. Noni, you want to touch that? Noni, would you like to touch that? I'm getting some feed. Okay. Alrighty. So Queen, you wanted to touch that?
No,
Before
no.
Don
I'm
says
good.
people will need to go vote and don't stay home.
Yeah,
100%
that's
agree.
it.
Check your phone, please,
That's
Lady
it.
D.
Okay, I will. I
That's it. Vote. You have to go out and vote, and you have to just period. You have to let your voice be heard.
yeah,
Period. That
yes.
I mean, um, I guess even when we talked about when we had spoke about um, what they're going to do to people who are permanent residents and having to report in, and you have to volunteer in something, some organization or whatever you or a school. It's the same thing. You have to be involved. I mean, to change, in order to change things, you have to know what is being put out there, how it's put out there, and what you can do in order to for that change to occur. Because voting is not just it. You have to know who you're voting for. So you have to take it serious where you're gonna start interviewing these people, start going online and seeing who they are, what they have done in the past for their constituency or for their area. So we have to do all of that research, and we have to be committed to do that research, or else we're going to be picking the same people, someone from the Democratic Party, and not knowing who that person is. So we have to be diligent in who we pick,
Start from
and yeah.
start from now. Do your researches.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Les Gripe says because the chaos is affecting the rich and powerful that they are on the front line. Don Minus says make sure you have proper ID to vote. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get your
Yeah.
keys, make sure that you do early voting. Make sure that if you're mailing in your ballots, mail it in at least a week or two, a week ahead of time. Just cross all your T's and dot all your I's and go vote. We
You,
need
you know what I
in
found out, lady?
uh,
Kroger's, you can renew your license at Kroger's. You can get that new one at Kroger's instead of going in and standing on the line.
yeah.
You can renew it at Kroger's. I just found that out this week.
So in Georgia here, they're
Yeah. Yeah.
great, great, great. Donna says suckers try to erase me as if I'm nobody and have been sharing my wealth as if I don't exist and need money. The respecter, did you want to touch?
Yeah, one of the huge difference is one party knows how to cheat. One party is violent. One party has the bullet tactics. The other party play nice and kind and not paying attention as they should. And then you have the people on the front line, the regular people who putting their lives on the line. And then you have those who pay to listen to and pay to watch on TV, the entertainers, the athletes, the business owners who just step back and watch. The regular men and women, boys and girls out in the street confront law enforcement, trying to make a change. It's been like that forever. So we can vote early. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But if these people don't look into themselves, the entertainers, the athletes, business owners, and realize what's going on, they're not going to have the joy and happiness that they have right now making easy money. So they can take it for granted and don't do the same thing that the regular person is doing by voting early and try to make the positive changes and stand up against these people. Change is going to be hard to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm
But
hoping.
together we can change. I do believe.
And that's exactly what Don is saying. We all have to go out there and play our part. We have to go vote. We have to make sure we have the proper IDs. We have to cross all our T's and dot all of our I's, so that there is no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. Vote early, as vote early, as Let's Gripe says. Vote early. And as Don says, vote for your best interests. Okay? Vote. So, and in order to vote for your best interest, you have to do research. You have to
Yeah.
search each and every one that
Hmm.
is, you have to research for each and every one. Okay? Each and every candidate, to know if they are fighting for what what your interests are in the matter. So yeah, it's very very important. Man, I'm really loving this reasoning right here, because it's very very important that we do this. Come together, go out there and go and vote. Vote, vote, vote. And make sure that you have the proper IDs and all that is needed. Go and vote. All righty. All right. So, still we're in the realm of politics. You see what I'm saying, Queen? And
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you because really everything
I'm saying,
surrounds politics, really.
well,
Maybe we're not gonna blatantly,
no.
bring it out there, but it's gonna everything we talk about really touches that.
Well, what I'm saying is, when we're just griping, let's
Yeah.
go on.
Hmm.
But when we're putting in solid reasoning, that it's such a good thing,
Right,
and,
right,
and
right.
or maybe,
Yeah.
as Noni, you've been a bit quiet. What's your thought on what's going on? I know.
Okay, I'm sorry I had technical difficulties earlier.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Um, but what I would like to say is, especially with voting, I know I'm doing it with my children who are old enough to vote, encouraging them, making sure their IDs and everything is proper. So as many people as you can to get to vote, who either haven't voted or who haven't registered, do your due diligence as far as making sure they get to the polls.
Okay. All righty. Let's do that. Also, Jai had brought up Clubhouse, yeah. Jai had brought up and sent in regards to the new Senate bill that is in effect, that they're trying to pass, rather. The new Senate bill that they're trying to pass. Um I'm trying to pull that up. So they have like three different bills that they're trying to pass, Jai. Getting up that clip. They have three separate bills that they're trying to pass. They have a
Georgia, we have some big news and I need
they
y'all to tap
have
in. State Senate Democrats
they have a 391, 397, and 389 bill that they're trying to pass. Alrighty. I'm going to put that one up on the screen and we can listen a little bit to what this individual is saying in regards to those bills. And we need to, in Georgia here, when we're voting, we need to look at those particular bills as well. Alrighty, so these are some new bills that was that was um that was passed. So here we goes on these new bills that they're trying, not that was passed, that they are trying to pass, trying to do 10 things in the state.
have filed a series of bills to limit ICE here in the state of Georgia. Senate Bill 389 would not allow ICE to hide behind masks and face coverings while conducting official business, and it would require them to wear a badge and identification. Senate Bill 391 would require any state or federal agency like ICE to have a judicial warrant in order to conduct a raid or any type of business at a school, a place of worship, a public library, or a hospital. And Senate Bill 397 would allow Georgians to sue ICE agents for violating their constitutional rights. Georgia, if you have had all this rage built up, you need to be contacting your state Senate and your state House of Representative member right now. Find
that openstates.org up at the top is where you can find whom your representative is. Okay.
Who your senator is up here. So where you'll find them.
That's where you'll find their number, etc. Openstates.org. So that's an end. So Georgia folks, we have something that I guess is a win-win situation if we can get this bill passed for us here in Georgia. It's a win-win situation. So let's work together and let's get this bill done here in Georgia, because then ICE won't be able to come over here and act silly, which is a good thing. Thanks for submitting that, Jai.
So very welcome.
Yeah. So once again, it's Bill 389. Write to your senators and let them know that you want 389, 391, and 397 bills to be passed. Okay, I'll most definitely be checking that openstates.org and finding who my in my area is and writing my letter like ASAP. Okay. Donna says they want to run New York and don't have the money, so they're extorting us as politicians, law enforcement, and judicial officials. Okay. All righty. So lots of stuff, just some info, such as a little FYI. And before we even go deep into the FYI, I want to say big shouts to my niece, and one of our sponsors here at Reasoning Thursday, not just Reasoning Thursdays, but the Powerhouse.
An arduous yet exhilarating stretch filming epic new episodes for Beyond the Gates. Congratulations, Rankia Hinkson, our fabulous hairstyling team, and entire cast and crew receiving the 50.
Beyond the Gates has been nominated for the NWACP award, and also One Kia, which is for One by One Kia. She has been nominated for Best Hairstylist. Alrighty, so we want to just definitely send her some applause.
Yay!
Hey.
Congratulations.
Job well done. Job well done. Big up yourself. And that's ONEBYWANKAYA, One by One Kia. All right, so go on over and check out the products that she has. She has some fantabulous products. I've been using it now for what, maybe about the last 7 years. I've been using her products, and they grow your hair. And as some of the comments says, so well deserved. Soap opera is not a regular TV series. There she is, right here. That's my beautiful niece and our sponsor with the products, One by One Kia. So definitely go on over and support. Um, and you could go to the link and vote for her show, the Beyond the Gates. Alrighty, so big ups to One by One Kia, sponsor of right here of the Powerhouse Radio. And I must also say that's my gorgeous niece. Well, blessings upon blessings to you. Blessings to you. So I'm also want to say big shouts to You Choose Radio. Thanks for your support and continuing to carry us right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Also, Victorious 89.1 FM. We say big shouts to you as well. And if to listen to us, you can tune in and on our websites at www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Also, you could check us out via your telephone lines at 667-930-9036. You could check us out on all of the social medias, YouTube, Facebook, the TuneIn apps, all of those areas. You could check us out. Okay. Because our program is a little bit sensitive, we're not on TikTok and Instagram. All right. Because, we are a little bit sensitive. Okay. So, Ricky says, big up, you are a star to Kia. So blessings to you. Thank you for that. Yes, she is a star, honey. She's doing of her thing. So big up to you, Kia. All right, let's get back. Let's get back. Air fryers.
Lady D.
Yes.
I want to ask you and Queen and Don if y'all remember Prime Minister Bustamante.
Yes.
Would you say that his way of governing back then kind of seemed like the same with Trump right now? Remember something called Coral Garden?
Yes. Yeah.
Bad Friday, when he ordered the arrest of all Rastafarians dead or alive. That man was awful.
I thought we just said we're not going to mention 47 no more.
Awful. Yeah, awful is an understatement. And yeah, if you want to say we've got to put the two together, yeah, you comparisons is definitely there. Because comparisons are definitely there to respect her. Yeah, it's definitely.
And the complexion is close too.
Listen, air fryers. For you folks who are using air fryers, you all need to. You can use air fryers, but you have to use air fryers in the proper way. We're giving you some information right now. So air fryers. If your air fryer is one of those old ones that it was made out of the plastic and all of these things, you all need to get rid of those because it is sending off plastic stuff in your food. So they're saying the right ones to use is the ceramic air fryers and or the stainless steel air fryers. Okay, so if you have one of those old ones with the plastics, you all need to get rid of it. All right, y'all definitely need to get rid of it. Okay, all righty.
Okay, you gotta give me what brand.
Okay,
We gotta get.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up and get back to the brand and hopefully I'll get it up, find the clip and play it for you all. Now this is a big controversy that let's stray a little bit away from the politics and things like that. So this is, or is this politics? I don't know if we want to call that politics, but I've gotten a couple of emails and persons who wanted our thoughts on that, and I'm trying to find it right here. Um, some of our thoughts on it, and it is the situation with the pastor wife.
Mhm.
Okay, the new birth, Dr. Jamal Bryant's wife outfit. So getting up on the screen the picture of the outfit and wanted to know you all thoughts on the picture of the outfit. Did anyone see what she wore? Is it what's y'all
It's
thought?
a lace dress with like a tan color fabric underneath it.
Yeah. But I really, do you think that it was appropriate? Queen, I want each one of y'all thoughts on it. Do you all think that um the outfit was appropriate, and what constitutes appropriate for a pastor's wife, or yeah, a person of cloth, if we need to say it that way? What constitute how they dress? I'm trying to
Well,
get up the
If you
picture.
if you're gonna go against her dressing the way she did,
Hmm.
we also got to go against those mostly male entertainers who stand on a stage in front of lots of people, and it seems like they got three plants in their their pants, not thinking and remembering and realizing that there are people that like there are men that like men, and also
What,
there was
you
a
think that it looked
preacher.
like a drag queen outfit or something?
I
no.
anticipating that
So are you wanting us? I'm trying to be clear. So your main question was
What do you
with
think
what
the
with
dress?
what she had on, because she's a pastor's wife. Was
Yeah,
that appropriate to wear out to a function such as that?
yeah. I guess that's the question.
Okay. Well, there is a difference. Now, I don't see anything wrong, if they're going out to dinner, and they're entertaining each other in that way. It's just that, you know, pastors and their wives are viewed out in public in a way that a woman of God or pastor's wife supposed to dress modestly is the way people look at it. It's just the way it is because of the call or the walk that they have. And I understand he said he picked out the dress and all this kind of stuff. I definitely get that. I'm just saying that it's viewed because she is a pastor's wife that she's to dress modestly. And it wasn't a see through dress, but it had the look of that.
But I mean, it wasn't a see-through dress, so I'm
Right.
understand
Mm.
nothing is wrong with it.
what was really wrong with the dress.
You see, the thing is, these people,
I would have wore.
old time religion, the old time religion. See, my father didn't believe that your ears should be pierced, and he didn't believe that as a woman, you should wear pants in the church. No earrings, no pants, none of that stuff, right? That's what my father believed. So you still have that generation out there that is telling you what's appropriate and what isn't because of their teaching coming up, growing up. So now it's very hard for them to take in the new generation. Okay. Not saying that she's that young, you know what I mean? But in terms of doing what you feel you want to do, you know? So if he said it was fine with him, I mean, you know.
I think first thing, I didn't see anything wrong with the dress. I get the whole modest thing. But I thought it was very sexy but elegant at the same time. And then I hear what you're saying, Queen, but they weren't
Mhm,
at church when she wore the dress. They were at a ball fundraiser.
mhm,
Um so I also feel like it depends on the setting. It appears from the photos and the videos that I've seen of her, when she is in their worshiping house, she is covered fully.
mhm,
Granted, it may be figure forming, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Form fitting. There we go.
mhm.
But needless to say, she's covered, and I believe at the ball, it may have been a little bit more on the sexier side. But again, I feel like it was appropriate, and she was covered. Um, yeah, it's the skin tone underneath that everybody's kind of freaking out
Yeah,
about, because she's
yeah.
light skinned, and then the dress has that sheer undertone, giving a sheer look. But I think the dress looks good on her. And again, she was not in church. She was at a fundraising ball.
Some pastors call it a $2 whore dress. Don says her dress was not appropriate for a pastor's wife. She was too materialistic. I
That
look.
So
brings me
Lady
to the
D, so
Drewski
Lady
skit,
D,
but okay.
Lady D, we gonna look at her, cause we women, we gonna say, oh, she cute, she look good.
Okay.
Of course, we gonna say that, because we know how we like to look when we go out. So of course,
Right.
And but
that's what we gonna say.
but
But
I have to go on both fences of it now and say that's how we look, but I'm not a pastor's wife, and I'm not a Christian. Maybe if the entire dress was fully black, but the illusion of it being bare, looking at it, the illusion of it being bare was is but what do pastors' wives looks like now? Because,
now
go ahead,
I
Jai.
was gonna say, I don't think you all are and maybe I should send it now so that way you have an idea of what I'm referencing, since I'm the younger one out the crew.
Okay,
But there's this
send it to.
online influence. I guess you can call him a comedian. His name is Drewski. And he did an entire skit about mega churches, and it was hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
When I say hilarious, it was one of the best things. Yes. Yes.
Here we go.
But it brings me to the point of, this is a mega church vibe. Baby girl went in there with the
Gonna have
mock sheer dress. It's giving mega church. That's all I'm saying.
not have a baby anymore. So I impregnated her with the word of God. I'm going to impregnate everyone with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. You gonna get pregnant with the word of God. Impregnate. Impregnate. I had somebody in the congregation ask why I'm wearing Christian Dior and Christian Louboutins. Because I'm a Christian and I walk in the blood of Jesus. Give him some praise. I'm a Christian first.
Funny. I'm not going to play the whole clip, but it is funny, and that's why I say, what is church dressing now? Because growing up, as my dad in his church, you couldn't wear earrings. You had to wear
Mhm,
skirts, no
mhm,
makeup. And I've said this already on the show before, that moving to Georgia has really opened my eyes to something that's totally different. Because when I came to Georgia and I saw the long nails and the
mhm.
makeup and the tight dresses, and I saw people
And the pants
and
and pants.
church, and people going from party, Christians that call themselves Christians going from the club and then inviting me to church the next morning, and they leave the club and go straight to church. It was like a rude, it was like something totally different for me, you know. Ricky says the only prime minister to be charged for murder and get and get away with it. Oh, that's to your question, the respecter.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Bustamante.
Yeah.
Ricky says he was the only prime minister to be charged for murder and get away with it. That's yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is in comparison.
But I was saying, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I said I was saying that to kind of piggyback back off of what Don was saying as far as the materialistic aspect of it. And that's why I brought up the skit that Drewski did, because it all plays together, and it's a valid point that he was making.
Well, I'm back Don. I'm with Don. Now I changed my mind. You know why?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Don is 100% accurate, and it's not just because it's a preacher. A regular man, his woman should still dress accordingly on the road, going anywhere outside the house.
Modest, yeah.
Yes, she shouldn't be dressing like she's looking attention from someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, because as a man, I mean,
but what I'm saying, it gives the illusion. Okay, for a pastor's wife, that may not have been appropriate in the world of how
Christianity.
Christianity, the
But
church
is it in the
world.
Bible that she gotta wear the curtain?
Well, see, the thing about it,
Or is that just a society? That's just society putting a stereotype or a stipulation on something.
a society and
right. So that's why I'm saying I don't
not
see nothing wrong with it, because
not
there's
so much
nothing in the Bible saying
society.
she can't put it on.
But then again, it's not even. I mean, that's just.
They want her to be more reserved.
Come on, you have to be really, really. The more I look at it, the more I say, okay, now. You know,
I don't see Jai having her husband and dressing that way on the road. Are you? Would you?
I would wear that. I
would wear it.
Wife, but I'm not a pastor's wife. But it's not showing my body. It's not showing her personal body. But if you want to say for a pastor's wife.
Okay, I think that's the key part.
The key part of the thing. Blossom says, I need that dress in my life.
Period, Blossom.
Honestly, some honestly speaking, the pastor maybe don't want to see his wife dressed that way, but he don't mind his sweetheart get dressed that way.
Yeah, he like it. That man, he said he bought it for her.
He said he's the one who bought the dress.
Yeah, he like it. He likes it. I mean,
so next time he gonna wear his tight pants that show his
That's a man who's sure of himself. I mean, you know,
is there a difference between modern and old school Christians?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm not wearing 10 layers of dress to a ball to appease society when I could be fine like that.
Terms, Lady D is worldly. That's what they say. She dressed worldly.
Now, what I would
they called her dress a $2 whore dress.
Oh gosh. What I will say is this.
Pastor. Yeah.
I agree with Queen on the aspect of, I get it's the pastor's wife and I hear everybody's argument on that. But I feel like this. You're married. It'll be a difference if your husband had a problem with the dress.
Yeah.
At that point, it's a kind of a respect thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's fine with you in that dress, again, I get the illusion of it. But yet and still, you are covered. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
Personally,
He's secure.
I
He's
don't,
secure in
yeah,
his
I don't see
wife.
the, I get it. That's the pastor's wife, but I also don't think she has to wear, I think it's okay to be, I feel like there's once upon a time everybody had to hide their bodies, or if you had a figure, you were grown, or you're being fast. And I hate that that label, and I think that's where the problem is coming in at, is because
No, not that.
she's a full, she's shaped beautifully.
Well,
You see what
she said
society is imitating those women who used to be
What?
covered up in those days. In the old
I don't
days,
say nothing about no
women,
game. What time is it?
when you go to church, you was covered up, totally covered up. You wore your hat, and some of them hats were down in their faces. I mean, you wear your hat.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wear
And if
even
your shirt was
stockings.
too tight
Even
or your dress
stockings.
was too
You
tight,
wouldn't go to church without
you were
stockings on.
labeled fast, or you're
Yeah,
trying to be seen.
well,
yeah.
Dr. Ryan says, hold the line, hold the line, the respecter.
Call from.
Done.
Dr.
To accept, press
Brian
1.
says,
To send a voicemail, press 2.
oh my goodness, this thing is, dang. I'm sorry, Don. I pressed the wrong thing. Call back, Don. I pressed the wrong thing. Um, she says my ego. She says Dr. Bryan firmly rejected the notion that her wardrobe was meant to provoke controversy. She also says my ego is not that big. She said, explaining that her clothing choices are personal and not dictated by public opinion. She says, I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and my husband.
So, ladies, before Don come back on the phone,
Uh huh.
can this become a problem? Say, okay, no, all the ladies that had the shape and the looks and the body and all that good stuff,
Uh huh. Don,
copy
call
her
back. Uh
and come to church. Come to church dressed that way. You think that would bother the first lady?
huh.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. She might set a trend up in there.
uh,
Yep.
She
but Kim,
might have them other women up and coming up in there like, okay,
Don,
I'm
call
gonna
back.
flaunt mine too. I got it.
Don, call back.
But again,
Yeah,
she didn't wear that dress to church. She
and
wore it to a ball, a fundraising ball. When she's in the church, granted, the outfits are, I believe they fit her form,
Press
her
1.
shape,
Send a voicemail,
but
press
she's
2.
covered.
Yeah, where you missing it at?
all
If
right,
she can wear it, we can too.
but she clearly said that she says she is a multi-dimensional person. She has her roles as wife, daughter, academic, and professional. Blossom says, well, back then you couldn't even wear earrings in your ears and your hair, and your head had to be
That's
covered up,
it.
long sleeve,
Yeah.
shorts,
Mm.
sandals, clothes, toe shoes, and
Long sleeve dress
now,
or shirt.
now they said come as you are. So people go as they are.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say that too. They do say that.
That's what
But
I was
and they
talking
do
about, Lady
come.
D. That's what I'm
They
talking
do
about.
come.
That's
They do
exactly what I
come
was
like
saying.
they are.
Go ahead, Don.
Good night, panel.
Good
I have a
night.
Good
question.
night,
Good
Jay.
night.
What whatever happened to our mother and our grandparents' old time religion and old time church?
Mhm.
Mega churches are so materialistic. Remember the pastor who locked the door and demand that the people shell out much money, or else he's not gonna open the door. Is that church?
Yeah.
That church? That is where we are today with these young black churches, these black mega churches. I won't speak another people, another color, but these black mega churches are getting way out of hand.
Hold on, man. Yeah.
There's no spirituality there. It's all materialism.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
lady no business wearing that dress because she's a pastor's wife
Right.
and she's supposed to be a Christian. Who is she showing her body to? Show your body to your husband in your bedroom.
Exactly. That's true. That's
Show
true.
your body to your husband.
It's true.
It's true. If you're looking at traditional Christianity, what we were raised upon, then yes, it is definitely a no-no thing there going on. But
But he is well, he is wrong for promoting it because he's accepting it and saying that it's okay
he's
for
a
her to dress that way.
he
So
bought.
then you're gonna say that way, you're gonna say his teaching is wrong in that case, what we would say.
They are attention seekers. They're just seeking attention. That's all that is.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good.
It could be because he's very
I mean, but
flamboyant.
truthfully, no
He,
offense. Look who we talking
he's
about here. Allegedly, his
flamboyant.
nickname is Ho Bryant. That's all I'm saying.
He's very flamboyant. I mean,
Okay. Very flamboyant. It's not, and sometimes you think of it, is it a Bible church if it's a prosperity church?
that too.
You know, they really read out of the Bible, or so their way of thinking is not the norm way of thinking, is not like, back in the days, because my father would have just did tree pupalik. He would have said, "What? No, I rebuke it."
In the name of Jesus, he rebuke
As,
it.
Yeah, look, he would tell you to go in there and change that.
yeah, as some
He
other,
didn't even, because he said, confound such a luck.
it's some serious is, but yeah, Don, you're right. She has no
Yeah.
reason. She has no business, whether it's church or not church. She has what's the word I'm looking for? She has
An
persona,
image to
Image.
hold up. Yeah.
that she has to keep up, and
Mhm.
that was over the extreme, I guess. That
As,
yeah,
as, as, the, as the first lady for the church, she
yeah,
represents the church, she represents herself, and she represents her husband. So,
yeah,
she's supposed to be an example because she's the first lady of the church.
yeah,
Her husband is the
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't care whether it's out in the public or at church. You do not just that way as a pastor's wife.
yeah. It's yeah, it's true. It's true, especially with how we are brought up, how we were brought up. You
Well,
know,
maybe she wasn't brought up that way.
no, listen, they're not, because obviously he said he's the one that bought that dress. Y'all that listen, you in the box. The man, he bought the dress for her. So I mean, like, what more can we say? That alone tells you where their mindset
Where did
is.
it go?
You know, where their
Yeah,
mindset
yeah.
is. So
It,
that
it's
that
lo- it's lady. One last thing before I go.
yes,
It's luxury cars, it's airplanes, it's man,
Yeah.
Go.
and it's
Thank you.
it's
I don't know how I keep hitting that.
yeah,
Thank you.
and the clothes are what's the word I'm looking for? High fashion clothes.
clothes, yeah,
That's what this new generation of black churches are doing now. The pastors drive fancy cars, have mansions and jets, and their partners wear high fashion clothes, and most of them don't have a job. The church supports
It's
Mhm.
behind all the
Oh, Don,
fornication
Don,
too. You
Don,
can't leave that out.
Don, you're just jealous.
them.
Blossom. Blossom says, man bought his wife a dressing. That's what he wanted to see her in, and that's what
I
she
would like to
wear
know where
out.
he works. I would like, tell me where if he has
He don't work.
He doesn't. He's a pastor of the church. He gets money from the church. They pay him. So, but Blossom says the man bought his wife a dress. That's what he wanted to see her in, and that's what she wear out to wherever they went. He do not have a problem. Why everyone else have a problem?
Would
She
Christ
said,
accept that? If Christ was here today, would he accept that?
I don't know,
Which
because
one?
is it really written in the Bible on a dress code? Can someone, theologist, call in and let us know? Is there anywhere in the Bible that really tells you how to dress, or
Back then there was no dressing.
is it something that men has created on how a person is supposed to dress, how a person is supposed to act with being Christian.
There were no designer clothes back then.
There is a code of conduct
Bible.
somewhere in the Bible.
There's a code of conduct. Blossom says, look at that song Spice singing. Things ain't the same no more. This is 2026. Yeah, I got to get with it.
If I remember correctly, don't there's something in the Bible that says women should dress appropriately? I don't remember exactly where.
Modestly. Yeah, it's in there. But I don't know
Yeah,
where it's at.
yeah, it said that.
So it leads us to look up the word modestly.
It's true because she's not. It's not a sheer dress.
Then we have to look up the word modestly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta dissect this thing.
But then we're gonna fall in the category of hypocrites. You know that. We're
No.
gonna fall in the category of hypocrites because people say, "Be yourself."
Okay.
Do what makes you comfortable.
Modestly says in an unassuming manner, without vanity or arrogance.
Thank
To
you.
a relatively moderate or small degree,
Thank you.
so as to
Thank you.
avoid impropriety or indecency.
Thank you.
People. Oh, no, you hear something say? Blossom says, Christ never wear clothes. He wore a wrap. Ricky says, values falling. Values are falling. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now I will agree with Don with the churches. I think I was talking to the Respecter and Queen one day, and I was explaining to them that I got invited to a particular church.
Yeah.
And of course, the outside it looked one way, but when you walk in, it was very modern, very beautiful. All the people, as you form fitting, very well put together set of people. But then the pastor walks in, and baby, the pastor had on the Fendi sweater with the Christian Louis Vuitton red bottoms, and he started giving his sermon. And before the sermon can even start, half of the service was offerings.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
after that, while he's doing the sermon, he gives out a snack. And he says, in the midst of giving because the snack is a part of the sermon, he's trying to make a point with all these, theatrics. And he's gonna make the comment, we might have to start offerings back up because these snacks were expensive. And when they put and we're gonna take a step back because I told you most of the service was offerings. They had a Zelle, a Cash App, they had the bank account information up there. They had the offering buckets going around on top of that. Any way that you can wire money was up there. Then he had the audacity to ask somebody for a certain amount, and the people that put, I was like, get me out of here.
Bunch of idiots.
Budge. All right, let's do our last topic because Jamal, I guess it's divided on how she's to dress and Blossom says and the envelopes. They come with the envelopes too. Yes.
Yes, it was the buckets and the envelopes too. I was like, oh, you're making sure you get $1.
Oh boy. It makes you so things that makes you go, Things that makes you go, Man, I'm telling you. Okay. This topic here. I'm gonna play this clip. Right here. Okay, these are the 75. First of all, there's 75 countries that Mr. Man
Back to him.
that has okay, do you want us not to even cover the 75 countries?
Don't.
No, but it's
No,
important.
don't.
Why
Don't.
you saying no?
No, don't,
It's
don't.
important for you to know what
We don't need to
he's
know
taking
those. Too much
away.
going on right now.
Okay, well, we're going to do this one. How about this? I just did.
No, no, no.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We just want to know what this all means, and then we won't go into a heavy discussion.
Why? We need to know why.
Lives.
Okay, here we go.
After all these,
To a policy shift that could quietly reshape thousands of lives. Without a single press conference in Kingston, the United States has announced a suspension of immigrant visa processing for dozens of countries, and Jamaica is on that list. No warning, no consultation, just a sudden bureaucratic freeze that hits at the heart of Jamaican migration. For decades, the U.S. has been Jamaica's primary migration destination. Family reunification, employment-based green cards, and long-standing sponsorship pipelines have formed a steady bridge between Kingston and cities like New York, Miami, and Atlanta. Now, that bridge hasn't collapsed, but traffic has been stopped. This is not a tourist ban. Jamaicans can still travel. But for those trying to leave Jamaica permanently, reunite with family, or finalize long-awaited green card applications, the door has suddenly been locked, and no one is saying when it will reopen. What exactly did the U.S. suspend? Let's be clear, this is not about vacation visas or students flying off to college. The U.S. has suspended immigrant visa processing, the pathway to permanent residency. That includes family-sponsored green cards, employment-based immigrant visas, and diversity-style permanent entries. For Jamaicans who have been waiting years, sometimes over a decade, for their priority dates to become current, this move effectively presses the pause button on their lives. Interviews may not be scheduled. Cases may not move forward. Files may simply sit untouched. The most dangerous word here is indefinite. There is no timeline, no guaranteed review date, and no clear exemption process announced. That uncertainty is what makes this policy so disruptive for Jamaica. Why is Jamaica on this list? Officially, the U.S. says this is about public charge risk, the idea that some immigrants may rely too heavily on U.S. public assistance. But Jamaica is not a war zone. Jamaica is not under sanctions. Jamaica is not a failed state. So why Jamaica? The uncomfortable truth is that Jamaica has high legal migration volume, strong family-based sponsorship chains, and deep U.S. diaspora connections. From Washington's perspective, that means steady inflows, and in an era of aggressive immigration control, volume itself becomes a problem. This isn't about crime or security. It's about numbers, cost, and political signaling. The immediate impact on Jamaicans. Right now, Jamaicans who already filed immigrant petitions are stuck in limbo. Families expecting interviews this year may see them pushed back indefinitely. Parents waiting to join children. Spouses separated by borders. Workers approved by U.S. employers frozen. For Jamaica, this creates emotional strain, economic pressure, and uncertainty. Remittances may hold steady in the short term, but long-term family reunification slows. Migration as a pressure valve, one of Jamaica's historical safety mechanisms, tightens. And let's be honest, Jamaicans plan their lives around migration timelines. Homes are sold, jobs are left, children are prepared. This policy disrupts real decisions already made. What this does not affect, it's important not to panic unnecessarily. Tourist visas, business visas, student visas, and temporary work visas are still being processed. Jamaicans can still travel to the U.S., attend events, study, and conduct business. Jamaicans already living legally in the U.S. are not being deported because of this policy. Green card holders are not suddenly at risk. This is about new permanent entries, not people already inside the system. But don't underestimate the long-term effect. Temporary status without a pathway to permanence creates insecurity, especially for families trying to transition from visitor or worker status to residency. Is this temporary or a new normal? That's the real question. Historically, temporary, U.S. immigration measures often become semi-permanent. Once processing is suspended, restarting it requires political will, and right now, immigration restriction is a political asset in Washington. Jamaica may not be the target, but it is clearly collateral. If this suspension lasts months or years, it could permanently reduce Jamaican migration flows, reshape diaspora growth, and weaken one of the country's most important international relationships at the people-to-people level. What should Jamaicans watch next? Watch for quiet diplomatic engagement, not loud protests.
Jamaica will likely raise concerns behind closed doors through CARICOM channels and bilateral talks. Any reversal will come silently, not with headlines. Also watch for exemptions. The U.S. may later carve out categories: healthcare workers, priority relatives, or strategic occupations. If that happens, Jamaica will need to move fast. And finally, Jamaicans should prepare for a hard truth. Legal migration to the U.S. is no longer guaranteed, even when you follow every rule. A warning, not just a pause. This visa suspension is more than paperwork. It's a message. The US is tightening the definition of who gets to stay, and Jamaica is being reminded that historical closeness offers no automatic protection. For Jamaicans, the era of assuming the US door is always open and ending. The question now is not just when processing resumes, but whether Jamaica begins to rethink how dependent it has been on that door in the first place. Reunite with family.
Well. Is this a wake up call? Do you all think that this is going to benefit Jamaica better? That now they may be able to retain their doctors and their nurses and their educators won't be migrating here to America anymore. I mean, what do you all think? Don says he gave his reason why he's done that, and he said too many third world immigrants rely on public assistance. But a lot of Jamaicans come here and work, and they work 2, 3, 4 jobs. So is
Yeah.
this something in retaliation? I've read somewhere where a couple of persons are blaming Bruce Golden when Bruce Golden came out and made his assumptions. Maybe next week we'll play that. But let's is it something that is for the betterment in a way if we look at it on in a different way? Do you all think it may be something that is better for Jamaica, that now its citizens can really start to focus and say, okay, not everybody is trying to run to the land of the opportunity. Maybe they can make certain provisions and changes in the country of Jamaica, retain some of their what we call it professionals. Um, what do you all think? Is it a good thing for Jamaica that this is being made? Because we could still, you all persons can still travel and all of those things, but it's just the permanency. Is it going to lead to a lot of persons whom are here to go back to Jamaica if they want to come, be a family, especially a lot of persons whom have already got married and filed for their spouse, and now their spouse cannot come over. I mean, it is permanently, they could come and visit back and forth, but it's no more permanency.
Well,
So
they're saying that Jamaicans, and not just Jamaicans, but the other Caribbean islands also, they should go home and build up the country. They have been here. They came here. They pulled them here to build up this country. Now they should go home and build up their country. That's what a lot of folks are saying, and it make you wonder because right now they have a certain block on certain food items coming from Jamaica, even though Jamaica, I guess they retaliated and now they have 7 things that they block from coming into Jamaica. But it's a lot of plan, and the plan is for Jamaica to understand that they're weaker than America. America is strong, and we are the power. And you do what we say, because if you don't, then we're gonna put these penalties in. And part of it is that. Part of it is also the dual citizenship. They bringing all of these things in to deter you from even say investing in your country, because there's a lot of people that's been going to Jamaica, not just Jamaicans but Americans too. They've been going out there buying properties and building, and it's a threat. It's a threat to the American system. Like I said about the food source, them blocking, they're finding all kind of excuses why certain food they're not gonna import them anymore.
Yeah,
You know,
we're gonna have to talk about that possibly, Queen, on the next
next,
program.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
want to. I don't mean to interrupt, but I want to put something that Don said that wrote just now that definitely spells sense. Too much money is being sent home by immigrants.
Hmm. They're building up the country, building up their country. Yeah,
Are
and
sending
they
home
don't like that.
too much money. Everyone is when they come here, they work.
Yeah.
A lot of persons are purchasing homes and stuff like that,
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
went back home and building up their homes. For the Caribbean, I wanted to put this one up also on the screen. For the Caribbean, because I know other areas, Africa and a lot of other areas is affected. But for the Caribbean, you got Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Cuba, Dominica, um, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Those are the Caribbean countries that are going to be affected. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, those are all the.
Wow.
So I would
Hmm.
say to um a lot of Jamaicans at this point, go build up back your country and go,
Hmm.
the ones whom is here and waiting for their husbands to come or their wives to come migrate. It's at this point it is a no. So
Yeah.
and as the narrator said, the important word is indefinite, so we don't know when this can change or if it ever will change back again. So I think that it's a plus in some ways for Jamaica itself, where maybe they can retain the little bit of professionals that they do or still have there. Maybe the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, those are main, you know, that are have been migrating for higher pay because even oh gosh, what's his name? Why his name on my tongue and all of a sudden it come off? The health minister of Jamaica. Oh my Jesus. Oh this. Well, he was making a plea to some of the nurses to come back home, and they cannot necessarily give them all of the money that. Oh my gosh, I can't think of why his name is on my tongue and it won't come off. Um, some of the health minister of Jamaica. He says that he's asking a lot of nurses to come back home. He can't pay them necessarily like all the US, but he can give them other incentives. So hopefully a lot of them would stay and the incentives that he is offering, maybe then he will be it will be beneficial to Jamaica. Anyone else thoughts on it?
Just like Trump saying he gonna make America great again. Jamaica can become great
That's
again.
Uh,
that's it.
yeah, yeah.
I believe that.
Hmm.
They're all trying to make their country great again. At the people, at the cost of the people suffering. Uh,
Tufton, Christopher Tufton. Oh my gosh, thank you. I had to look it up. I was like, oh my God, why can't I figure his name?
What I
So
would do,
go ahead, the respect.
what I would do if I was in that position, I would get $100,000 loan and just disappear.
uh-huh.
You must come back to show with some corruptness. No? You know what? You know what? That we're inciting
But the thing is that they're robbing it blind and staying put. They're not running.
Yeah, yeah.
They're staying put. They're robbing it blind but staying put. These black folks not running.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
this is I just pray for Jamaica. I pray for Jamaican people. I'm hoping that this does not divide families, um, and I'm hoping the outcome will be something good in the long run.
the
Uh,
intention. Mm,
you know, for um Jamaican people, you know. Yeah, so we just continue to pray for the world, for the Caribbean, and all of that. We're gonna leave out. I'm trying to get it up real quick, and we're gonna leave out with this emergency plan that we feel that I think that most people may need to think about. I'm all about thinking about what we need to do before it happens, and always finding ways to enlighten the listeners on things that they never thought about to do. um, so it's something for you all to talk about, to think about, to do. Also, once again, want to just say thank you to each and everyone that continues to listen to us. I want to invite you all to listen to all of our other programmings on the Powerhouse Radio. It's all about this Saturday. It's all about the Lady D show, and make sure that you check us out for the Lady D show each and every Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. Also, want to invite you to All About Love, Nothing But Love each and every Sunday nights. Love upon yourself. Trust me, if you're missing All About Love, you're missing a fantabulous show. All right. You got to love upon yourself. We got the love colors, the love numbers, and everything like that. Yeah, man. Now, you got Let's Gripe each and every Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. with Tonya, Dr. Ross McKenna, and MJ. You don't want to miss that. That's 7 to 8. Yeah, we have a lot of wonderful programs. And also, You Choose Radio have some wonderful programs as well. The Victorious have their wonderful programs as well. So, just tune in. We have great things going on all the station. Don says when Jamaicans get stuck and can't get a green card, unemployment will skyrocket. Yeah, we're just hoping all of those things takes place. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to play the emergency because we only got 1 minute left. See how time fly. We'll do the emergency next week. So just love you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we are starting on time, folks. As the clock says 8 o'clock, 8:01, we're logging in. I just want you all to know we are on time over here. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of 2026 is a new year, greater things, bigger things. All right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Jai, you want to say a River?
Everybody have a good night.
Queen, you got anything to say?
Yeah, same here. Yeah, remember, share, share, share. Press that like button and share with your friends and your neighbors and family members. Have a blessed one. Arrivederci.
And Noni the juice.
I want to thank everybody for listening. It was a great show tonight. Continue to share and invite your family and friends, and we'll see you next week. Arrivederci.
The Respecta.
Have a good night.
All right, and once again, go on over to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and get notified when we are on. All righty, thank you all so much. Check me out. Check me out on Saturday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. for the Lady D show.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can listen to the best in music right here. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for all of the comments in our chat. We thank you all. Blessings upon blessings blessings. Good night.
Good night, Lady D, the whole panel.
Good night. Same to you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Save your love for me.